Hey guys, it's Anya, and today I'm going to be doing a more serious video. As you could tell by the intro, the photos, this video is going to be dedicated to my best friend Christine, who passed away 6 years ago, and I have butterfly barrettes in honor of her. Today is the 6-year anniversary of her passing, and I'm also going to be using some of my favorite palettes. So I'm going to be using the Blush Tribe Hasina 2 palette. I'm going to be using the Dragon Shell palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. I'm going to be using some of my Divina singles and some of my Menagerie singles. So yeah, we're just going to get into this. So I lost Christine 6 years ago. She was, we were best friends for years, and she was married to my brother, and so she was family as well, and we did everything together. And she had autoimmune conditions, and her autoimmune conditions, you know, affected her a lot, and she took immunosuppressants, and the immunosuppressants caused her to not be able to fight off when she would get sick. And she got pneumonia, and then she got the flu, and then on my birthday 6 years ago she went into the hospital because she was having trouble breathing, and her oxygen levels were very, very low. And then she went into a medically induced coma, and she never came out of it. So that is basically the gist of what happened to her. And I feel like, you know, anytime that you lose a loved one, I feel like it's a very hard situation. And I feel like as time passes on, you don't really ever recover from it fully. I feel like you kind of get used to the new normal, I guess, of, I don't know, living without them. But it's almost like you are standing still and the rest of the world has moved on. And I feel like every kind of loss is hard, for sure. And I feel like some types of losses, there's almost no, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you lose a best friend, it's like you have no legal tie to them, I guess, technically. So it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like, I'm not going to say harder by any means, because every loss is different. Every loss is hard. But it's almost like you just don't expect it as well, because they are close in age to you. I mean, she was definitely older than me because my brother is older than me, but, you know, close enough in age to you that you just don't expect it. And whenever something happens unexpectedly, it's always hard. And yeah, it's just, if you've ever lost a loved one, whether it's a parent or a sister or a brother or a grandparent or a friend, any kind of loss is just so hard. And like I said, you feel like the world around you is moving on and time is standing still. And for the longest time, I was convinced that I was never going to have another female friend again, like a close female friend. And then I started my channel. And since starting my channel, I have an entire group of amazing women and men that I've met on this platform and become really close friends with. And as you guys know, that is how I met Debbie Knoblauch. Of course, her channel is always linked in my description box. And she and I just instantly connected. And I mean, I've connected with a lot of people on here. I consider all of you guys, not just creators, but subscribers as well. I consider you guys my friends, my family, even though we've never met in person, which I used to think sounded crazy. When I would hear about people that I knew meeting people online and becoming really close with them, I used to think, okay, like, you know, is that even a possibility to be, you know, that close to someone when you've never technically met them? And yeah, I used to be judgmental of that. I'm gonna be honest. Or I was, you know, I was in the past. And now I know that you can be really close to someone even if you have never met them in person. Because, for example, Debbie, who is my best friend now, and I talk every single day on video chat, messaging, on Instagram. We literally talk every single day, and I do not know what I would do without her. And she's such a blessing in my life. And of course, you know, new relationships, new friendships don't replace the ones that you've lost. But I'm so thankful to have her in my life. And I've never had, I don't know, I've just never had anyone like her in my life, and I'm just so blessed. And I feel like, I don't know how to say this properly. Oh, I'm so bad with words sometimes. But I feel like ever since, you know, like ever since I lost Christine, I thought that I was never going to have that close friendship type of relationship again. And then I came on this platform, I met all of you guys, I met Debbie, and all of that changed. And again, it's not that I'm not sad, it's not that I've moved on, it's not that I don't think about Christine every single day, because I do. But I feel like this year, it's a little bit different. Let me go grab some makeup wipes and I'll be right back. Okay, while I'm cleaning up all this fallout, we will talk some more. So, for the past, oh goodness, or I'll just drop the makeup wipes and have to go get them. There we go. So, for the past 6 years, you know, after Christine passed away, I went into a very dark place. Like, I was very depressed all the time. I didn't want to go, you know, go out. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to hang out with anyone. I didn't want to celebrate my birthday, that is for sure. And, you know, my mom would always try to convince me to do something for my birthday, and she just could not understand why I didn't want to do anything for my birthday. I mean, she understood why, but like, she thought that I should still celebrate. And she was probably right, you know. And every year for the past 6 years for my birthday, it's been like the saddest day. Like, I've tried to put on a smile or a good face for, you know, the people in my life, because they wanted to do something special for me and I was so appreciative, but I didn't want to celebrate at all. And this year, as you guys know, Debbie put together a collaboration, and a lot of people on here, a lot of amazing women that I'm friends with, participated, and it was amazing. And for the first time in a long time, well, 6 years to be exact, I smiled on my birthday, and I actually was able to enjoy myself on my birthday. And at first, it was a little scary because I was like, you know, you don't want to, you always feel like guilty because you're like, you know, you don't want to forget the person. You don't want to feel like you're moving on entirely because you're not. But I feel like this year was the first year that I felt more myself again on my birthday. And I just want to say thank you to Debbie and everyone who participated and all of you guys who commented, because that meant the world to me. Because for the first time in a long time, my birthday was again about something happy and not about sadness, like entirely. Of course, I thought about Christine and I thought about the day that she went into the hospital and when I visited her and everything. And I think about that day. Well, I think about that day and the day that she passed away every day. So, but it was the first time in, like I said, 6 years that I was able to enjoy my birthday and, you know that God brought Debbie and I together and put everyone in my life for a reason. And I was able to watch everyone's videos and all of the amazing things that you guys had to say about me and all of the comments from people that had watched the videos. Blue was Christine's favorite color, by the way, so that's why I decided to do a mostly blue look. And it was just amazing. It was amazing. And I think a lot of that too has to do with the fact that I've always been different than a lot of the people that I was friends with, in terms of like, not a lot of people were into, not a lot of the women that I was friends with were into a whole lot of things like makeup and fashion and skincare and beauty. Christine was. And when she passed away, I lost that because I didn't have anyone to talk to. And I remember, you know, I would always talk to Brian about it. And he would always be like, I mean, he was a good sport about it, but, you know, he doesn't want to talk about makeup every day. And he doesn't care about the next, you know, Blush Tribe palette or the next setting spray that I want to try out. He listened and he tried to be as supportive as he could be, but those were always things that I talked to Christine about. And now I have all of you guys. I have Debbie, I have Danielle Gerstenberger, I have Bree, I have Christine from FabFitMama, I have all of you guys. There are so many people. I would be sitting here naming everyone all day long, but you know, I have all of you guys to talk about that stuff and to message and get excited when we see a release that we're all excited about or that we think somebody else will like. And I just want to, I guess, convey the message that even though, you know, you're still sad, and even though a part of you will always be stuck in that time, that it does get better, it does get easier, and you do find comfort eventually if you let yourself. Because I think for a while I wasn't letting myself either. So I wasn't opening my heart up to that for a while until I started my channel. So I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to do my base, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've done most of my base. So I'm going to use this. This is the Apocalyptic Beauty Hot Cocoa setting spray. Oh, that's intense, but oh my goodness, it smells like hot chocolate. It really does. And Butte is the one who introduced me to this. She has a code with them. Butte is the code for 10% off. So, but yeah, and something just to note, like, because we're just talking, but is that, you know, you guys saw the pictures at the beginning, and I think that's one of the weirdest things when you lose someone, is that they are such a big part of your life. Like, when I first, you know, lost Christine, I was like, oh my gosh, she's in everything. Like, she's a part of, you know, every piece of jewelry that I had was either, you know, something that belonged to her, something she had given me, something we had found when we were out hanging out together or on a trip together or something like that. And then, you know, every photo had her in it. Everything in my house reminded me of her. And as time goes on, you know, that changes, not because you're, you know, you've forgotten about them, not because they mean any less to you, but because whether you like it or not, your life has moved on, and they have kind of, you know, they are standing still in time. And then all of a sudden, you know, the pictures, there are pictures without them in it. And, you know, that's a really hard thing to come to terms with as the years pass on. And it's a lot, but it's unfortunate, but that is, you know, what happens. And the more time that goes on, the more difficult that becomes. So like I said, it never gets any easier. You don't forget, but you just kind of learn how to cope with it. And it hasn't been easy. And if you have experienced a loss like that, and or any loss, you know, and you need to talk to somebody, I'm always here for you guys. And I am a testament to it. It's never going to be easy, but it does get easier in a way. And in other ways, it's a little bit harder. But you know, you will get through. You will get through it. And so I wanted to do this makeup look in, you know, memory of Christine. Like I said, butterflies were a huge thing that she loved, and I have a tattoo that I got for her the year that she passed away. I got it a couple months after she passed away, and it says, "Be extraordinary." Okay, I'm gonna try to tell you guys about this. So when we were in the hospital and she had already passed away and I was saying goodbye to her, I was hysterical, and I asked my friend Sean and everyone in the room, but my friend Sean was the one who answered. I'm going in with a little bit of Disco Daydream, which is glitter in the inner corner, because that's what Debbie does, and so I want to incorporate that into this look. So I was hysterical and asking everyone, like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, how am I supposed to move on? How am I supposed to go on? And my friend Sean, who is my brother's best friend, said, you need to live your life for her and do everything to the fullest, do everything the best that you can, because she no longer can, and you need to just be extraordinary. And I thought that that was so fitting, because it was her favorite quote from Doctor Who. Now, I don't watch Doctor Who. Oh, goodness, I almost dropped my palette. Of course, par for the course. So, I've never watched Doctor Who. Maybe one of these days I will. But I know that it was one of her favorite quotes from that movie. So, when we had the memorial service for her, "Be extraordinary" was the quote that was on the prayer card. And I took one of the prayer cards with me to the tattoo parlor, and I had them, you know, they scanned it in, and then they took the quote, "Be extraordinary," and from the prayer card directly, and then they stenciled it on my arm. And then this is a blue Morpho butterfly. We were actually supposed to get butterfly tattoos together, and we never got a chance to, so I got it in honor of her, and in one of the wings is her initials. So, and I wanted it in a place where I could see it, where I could touch it, and where I could just, you know, see it every day. So that's why I got it on my forearm. So anyhow, I know this was a different video. I know that I talked about a lot of emotional stuff, which normally I just focus on the makeup, but I love you guys so much, and you guys mean so much to me, and I just want you to know how much you've helped my life, how much you've helped me. And a special thank you to Debbie and to all of my amazing friends on here. You guys have no idea how much you've helped me through, and I love you. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will definitely be a happier one. Take care and be kind to each other.